Why do we pay the police? Why do we allow them to do the things to the homeless that they do? It's because you guys want to believe that the cops are going to do something if they show up at your school to do some shootings. See, I don't have any respect for school shooters. They go to school and they shoot a bunch of people. A bunch of kids usually. What do the cops do? Well, if you noticed, ever since Columbine, and probably before that, the police will sit outside and watch. They will listen to your children getting blown the fuck up. They will listen to your children getting shot. That's what they'll do. That's why you allow the cops to do whatever they want to homeless people. Now we got people shooting cops. Rightly so. Rightly fucking so. They'll steal a homeless person's blanket and that homeless person freezes to death. And then they'll come back and make jokes about the frozen bumsicle. While your kids are getting shot in school, they're going to stand outside and talk about, oh, that's sad. That's fucking sad. Really? Really? So we got gunmen going into courthouses and shooting people. That's at least a step in the right goddamn direction. Now these officers need to be in prison to set the example. But dead is good enough. Isn't it? Fuck no. Fuck no, it's not good enough. Killing that officer seals the fucking deal. It makes him a martyr and makes every person that he fucked over automatically wrong, because obviously this martyr wouldn't hurt a human being. This martyr wouldn't kick a puppy. This martyr wouldn't drown a kitten. This martyr was perfect. He was a perfect man with a badge. Meanwhile, chances are pretty good that he's a wife beater and a rapist. According to Colorado statistics, maybe you should take a look at those. How many officers just in the last year? Just in the last year. Meanwhile, we got officers that are assassinating other officers, shooting them right in the forehead. Now, that officer who was shot in the forehead in Colorado, you know he was on antidepressants, right? Antidepressants don't work the way that the doctors say that they do. You see, all of our bodies are different. All of our brain chemistry is different. A drug that may work for you probably won't work for me. Christian Michael Bort was talking about growing up on Ritalin. I grew up on Ritalin. It's basically synthetic methamphetamines. Now, how can you give methamphetamines to kids and feel like you're doing the right thing? Meanwhile, schools, not doctors, are the ones dictating who it is that gets the drugs and who doesn't. I'm not letting your kid back in school unless he's on Ritalin. You have no idea how many parents I've heard say that. These cops that are getting shot, I don't feel bad for them. I feel bad for the rest of us because of the repercussions of that officer getting shot. Now, when they do something to a homeless person, you turn a blind eye. When something bad happens to a cop, because you guys wanted to turn a blind eye and people took justice into their own hands, then you pretend like the cop was the good guy. A man got blasted in Texas. I'm sure they're going to slander the shit out of his name, call him mentally ill, say he was on medications. He probably got fucked. It's probably a court case having to do with custody or a bad cop. At least if they're walking into a courthouse and shooting those people, they're doing something to rid the world of those people. They're doing something to make the world a better place. It's not going to make the world a better place, but at least it gets rid of some of those people. Unlike school shooters, how is shooting children going to stop this crooked system? It's not. Between shooting children and shooting a corrupt judge who fucks little kids, yeah, the man who shoots that judge is my personal hero. I'm against him doing it, but I can respect him for having the balls to do it. I can respect him for going after the people in charge instead of other victims. I was victimized. The Bollingers were not. While they played victim, while they sent their friends to threaten and harass me, while the police wouldn't do their fucking job. I just want to say fuck Derek Parrish. He assaulted me, but given the situation, I allowed it. He had me in a headlock. I didn't fight back. I could have, but I didn't. That was after Virginia and before Natalie died. I went over there to talk to Janine and to deliver Miss JoJo a hammer that she wanted. I got into blacksmithing. She wanted a hammer. I didn't have the money to go see them. That hammer was just an excuse to go see them. They couldn't make time, couldn't talk to me on the phone. All they could do is text. Texting and Facebook are killing us. They're killing our social skills. These people here at the Starbucks, just like the last Starbucks, and the Starbucks before that, the Starbucks in Virginia and the one in Boulder. People get to see me for who I am, who I choose to be. Not what the media made me out to be. Not what these druggies and meth users and heroin users and other assorted junkies made me out to be. Meanwhile, I admit my imperfections. I admit where I screwed up. Shannon Alvarado is not willing to admit that she is an alcoholic. I want you to take a look at the behaviors of people who are on alcohol. I want you to look up those statistics of how many people who are killed by somebody who's on alcohol. How many of those domestic abuses are over alcohol? How people who are on alcohol behave. How it affects the brain. I want you to look that shit up. See, unlike you guys who get to go out and have fun, I'm stuck in the thick of this shit. I have been my entire life. People keep telling me I chose it. Yeah, sure, I chose at 4 years of age for my dad to go out and sell a bunch of cocaine. Yeah, that was totally my choice, wasn't it? That's why I ended up in the system. Was it because I'm evil? Because I'm psycho? Because I'm narcissistic? Go fuck yourselves, you fucking pieces of shit. The Constitution is not just a piece of paper to me. The Bill of Rights is not just a piece of paper to me. The Declaration of Independence is not just a piece of paper to me. And I wouldn't dare go shooting foreign kids and pretend that it's for your fucking freedom. What I'm doing now is for your freedom. What I am doing now is for your constitutional rights. What I am doing now is for your Bill of Rights. What I am doing now is for that Declaration of Independence. But I'm not just fighting for it for me. I'm fighting for it for you. I noticed the Native Americans don't get that. The Constitution of the United States does not apply to Native Americans. It does not apply to homeless people. The Constitution is supposed to be for all of us. You want me to contribute to your society with this Constitution that doesn't actually exist. You tell me what I owe you for things that I don't get. I want Alicia Bollinger in prison. I want her there for a long time. I want her to live forever. I want her to think every day about the shit that not only myself, but my loved ones and her sister went through over her fucking bullshit. They claimed that I threatened their family in October of 2016. That slander is what started it all. They claimed that I stalked them in Virginia. I did not. They just wanted to hide their druggies, hide their fucking party life, hide their addictions. And I was the easiest person to take it out on. Natalie was afraid of her mother's opinion. Can you see why? Before I exposed Ted for raping his daughter, and he did, I did everything that I could in a non-violent fashion to attempt to get someone to help. To try to get Maddie to help. Or Alicia. Or Natalie. Or the police. Or Derek. Or JoJo. They wanted to blow me off, give me pretty words, or treat me like shit. People like Pierre, who said he was going to help and never showed up, then treated me like shit because not only did he not show up, he didn't get in contact with me for 3 days. I'm fucking freaking out. I'm in Starbucks on University and Broadway in Boulder, Colorado, waiting on a man who was supposed to be there at 9 a.m., and I got fucking crazy goddamn tweaker wingnuts right outside the door waiting on me to leave. So I was pissed off, and I let Pierre know I was pissed off. No, I didn't go telling everybody that what the fuck was going on. I tried to keep it between myself, Maddie, Alicia, and Natalie. And everybody that I asked for help, I pretty much kept that shit private. I tried to get a hold of Rose before I exposed Ted. Rose was my last-ditch fucking effort to get this shit to stop. Rose, on December 8th of 2017, I got a hold of her to explain to her what the fuck was going on. She didn't give a fuck. And then 3 weeks later, when her daughter disappears, she's on my Facebook talking shit to me. I've been through a whole year of hell by that point, you bitch! Roseanne Kelly, you should have chosen your children over your drugs! You should have chosen your children over abusive men! You chose drugs! You chose alcohol! And you chose abuse! You didn't just choose that abuse for you! You chose it for your fucking kids, you whore! No, Rose, I have no respect for you. You could have come forward with the truth. So could Alicia. You fucking whores. Your life is about drugs and sex. Maybe you should get off the fucking drugs. Maybe instead of judging men, obviously you are a terrible judge of character, Rose. You choose abusive men. Your daughters choose abusive men. Where the fuck did they learn it from, huh? They learned it from you, Rose. They learned to blame others for their decisions from you, Rose. I take responsibility for my decisions. The choices I made because I was being victimized over you pretending to be victimized. The first person I threatened to kill in over 10 years was Ted Bollinger. That was right after my grandmother's funeral, or at my grandmother's funeral. And you know why I did that? I said, if you do anything to Rose, or anything to Shelley, or Danica, or Alicia, I said that I would kill Ted if he harmed any of you, while you pretend like I'm out to hurt you, you whore! Rose M. Kelly, I hope your boyfriend beats you piss fucking limber! Women should never be hit, huh? That's bullshit! When women do the things that you and your daughters did, you deserve an ass whooping! But you won't get it from me! I left Virginia to get the fuck away from you stupid whores! I left Colorado and all of my loved ones to get the fuck away from you stupid whores!